beautiful day at the Weiss house it is today. Oh. Oh. I wonder who that could be. Hello?
Mr. President, we have a situation.
Are you sure?
Yes, I think it's time for the black box.
Are you really sure?
Yes.
Oh.
It's time for the StrikeRyker Hummingbird portable unit to be built. Let's go. And here's the unit we will be building here today. We're gonna go through the parts that you will need to make your StrikeRyker portable Helix box. So first things first, you got your unit. I went with the Helix 7. This is the G3N Mega Side Imaging and Mega Down Imaging. That is what I'm going to use to build my box. Of course, the next thing is going to be the protective cover that matches with your Helix. So this is the Helix 7, this is the Helix 7 cover. After that, we're gonna go over to the anti-glare screen. Now this is off of Amazon. I have the link down in the description if you're wondering on where I got that one. So that is gonna go on there. It's gonna make the screen not get all scratched up at all. And it'll also help it from having any glare from the sun, especially that sun hitting on the snow on the ground. That'll reflect back and you'll have some major reflection issues. Next thing you're gonna grab is you're gonna grab a 12 amp hour battery. So this is a 12 volt, 12 amp hour battery. This is a lithium battery. Now being a lithium, you have to have a special charger, so make sure you buy the special charger too. So here it is. There is our lithium battery that we are going to use for our build. So that's going to be pretty awesome. This specific battery on their website actually has a chart for how long you will be getting out of this battery for whatever unit you use. That includes Garmin's, that includes Vexilars, and that includes Helix, Hummingbirds, whatever, Solixes. So that's pretty cool. I'm gonna send a link in the description for that one too. And I got the price down there too for the battery and the charger. Next up that I'm gonna show you is going to be these. These right here are gas struts. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put those on the side of the box to keep that lid open. And these are 10-pound gas struts. Originally these are for toy chests, but obviously as you guys can see, they open up, they stay up. So that's pretty cool. This is the mounting little things to go on the inside of the case. And finally, we have the actual case itself. Now this right here is a Volt by Pelican. It's a very decent sized case. I absolutely love this case. I'm gonna send you guys a link and show you guys the price down here right now. That is for the Volts from Pelican, and all Pelican cases are absolutely amazing. Most of them are water resistant or waterproof. You guys figure out what size case you want that matches with your Helix or whatever you're going to be using for a unit. And right now we're just going to be going with this one. So there is what parts you are going to need for your build. And I almost forgot, you need a transducer. Now this one right here is the XI919 transducer model. There's the XI920 model. That one will work, but without chirp. And then there's also the unicorn of the XI91521s. So this is the one that I'm picking out right now. And yeah, I'm going to show you guys later on how well this works. And on to the hardware you guys are going to need. So first of all, I'm going to show you guys, these are number 8 by 32 by halves. These ones, you're going to need 5 of them. Your number 8 by 32 by 3/4, you're going to need 4 of those. And to lock those up, you're going to be needing 9 nylon lock nuts, number 8, 32. And whenever you're putting anything together on this whole case, just make sure you guys are using some silicone. This is Flex Shot, same thing as Flex Seal, you know. So, you know, wham bam, let's make a boat out of Flex Seal.
Not only does it stay afloat, but the inside is completely dry.
So anyways, that is your hardware you're gonna need for our case. Okay, here's my Helix. Now I got this one on sale for $550 over at Cabela's. So that's pretty good price. Anyways, let's open her up. Let's see what we get. Okay. Here it is. This is what we got out of the box. I sped up the process for you guys. So obviously, this right here is the transducer. This is a boat transducer, so we don't need any of that. This is all the transducer mounting hardware for your boat. So we do not need that. We're gonna throw that off to the side. Now they sent off a little bit of a summary guide for operating it. If you guys buy one and you don't know much about it, would recommend to read up on this. This is kind of like sensitivity dialing in, and it tells you about putting in the Lake Master chips, trying to get that side imaging perfect. And there's a view of how the side imaging works for it. So this is a really handy tool if you are trying to learn. Here's a really cool vinyl decal. I think we're gonna put that onto the case here, so that's gonna be awesome. I did, however, learn that exchanging your transducer. So basically, if you have your boat transducer over here and you want to get a ice transducer, all you have to do is go ahead and ship all this new and unassembled transducer back to them, and they will give you another transducer. Now, there's been a lot of problems getting transducers this year, especially ice transducers, due to an epoxy shortage that Humminbird has had this year. So, with that being said, I don't know if that'll work still. Obviously, they're putting it in their products, so you can ship it, but it might be a couple, weeks to maybe a couple months to get it. But here is the major stuff that we need. So here is your mounting bracket for your Humminbird unit. Here are the 2 dials that lock the Humminbird unit in. And here is your power cord to the back of your Humminbird unit. And this is what we're going to run to our lithium battery over there. And this is the mounting hardware for putting your mounting bracket onto your boat. We're not going to use this. We're just going to put that off to the side. And this is what you need right here. Next up, we're going to grab our clear anti-glare screen. There's the screen. And we're going to put her on there. And I'm going to get right back with you after I'm done with that. And voila! That's right, guys. Pretty cool. Pretty awesome. That anti-glare is really awesome. I already put one on my boat Helix, so this works really well. There are a couple bubbles in there, but they'll work themselves out. And the next thing that we're gonna do is gonna grab this cover that I bought and make sure that this fits on here. Now this is one of the silicone covers. They make different covers, hard covers, silicone covers, even make some clear covers, I think. Boom, really clean, grabs on there. I can grab it by it and it won't let the unit go, but you can pop it off the unit. It's got those holes for the buttons. I love it. Awesome. Next up on the box, we have the struts. Now what you're going to want to grab is your number 8 by 1/2, and then your, oh, I got more. And then your locking nuts. And then additionally, if you want to, you can grab some flat washers also. So there's what we need, but basically, you got these 3 mounting hardware. you're going to definitely silicone this up before you put it up. Silicone this up. Now, just make sure, you know, you put it up. This is a very, very crucial thing, is that if you do not put your strut in the correct place and this closes up, this is not going to close all the way. Your lid's not going to close. So make sure when putting your strut on that you are 110% sure that you are in a good place for this strut.
Man, I promise that I'm gonna make it somewhere. As long as I'm conscious, I'll be working hard to get there. I am not a novice, I'm gonna be the best, so prepare. Cause you know I'm honest and I'm coming for you, be scared. Y'all already know. Yeah. That's right. Y'all better watch out. Nefex is on the rise. Yeah.
I went and I cut out the holes in the foam, as you guys can see here. One on the top. That is my strut all put in there. Foam is on. I'll show you guys the bottom part. This comes in 3 different pieces. So there we go. I got a bottom piece of foam. This is all on here. Boom. And of course, even the better part, she shuts all tight, all nice and tight. And when you open it, oh, really cool, really cool. Okay, so after you're done with that, that's basically the hardest part of this whole project. Everything else is very, very, very simple. So let's go to the next part. Okay, strut is taken care of. The next order of business is mounting our hummingbird bracket. So obviously you guys can see I went and I posted this up actually from the top down. I figured out where I wanted it on my case lid, and I went and I drilled the holes out already. So that's all ready to go. Now we're going to grab our number 8 by 32 by 3/4 inch stainless screws and our Nylocks. We're going to put this baby on there. Make sure we use some silicone on the back end to make sure there's no water that gets in. I'll get you right back when we get that done. Now you guys can see my hummingbird mount bracket is now fully on. What you're going to say, yeah, the hummingbird's upside down, but what you got to realize is there's these little notches that go up and down. So then when we put the hummingbird in there, I can easily put it in there. So if you want to do that, do that. If you want the hummingbird to be on the right way, that's what I would recommend for you. Anyways, next up I'm going to show you guys is the foam. I went and I took my utility knife and I went and I cut around it. I used a little bit of flames to get all the little edges all done. So just, you know, tip on that. This is going to go right on there. But the thing I did do was I ran some lines for my cords to go through. I took my hummingbird unit here and I matched them up. So this right here is the transducer port. This one's going to run all the way down straight through that hole. And this one right here is my power cord. This one's going to go down here, and when all is said, you're going to take it, you're going to shove it in. Let me do that. Boom. This little hole right here is for the power cord. That's going to run down here. And this one is the transducer hole. A little bit, you can see. This one's going to run on here. So there we go. We are mounted bracket now. Now we're ready for the next step. So I've mounted on the hummingbird unit here just to make sure everything all fits right. She looks good. So next thing I did was I took my hummingbird unit and I shut it. And I made sure that my battery here is going to fit in between my hummingbird and that. And it fits absolutely perfect, just the way I wanted it. So that is exactly where I wanted it. I went and I marked it off on where I'm going to cut. Now I'm going to cut this battery exactly where I want it. I'm going to cut it whole. Now, just remember, when cutting your foam, your battery, you don't want all the way down. You want it to be close to flush as possible. So this thing has 3 layers of foam in here. So I'm going to cut the first 2 layers. And then I'm gonna leave the third layer, and hopefully that's gonna give it just enough that we can get rolling. So it's looking awesome already, but let's keep going.
And nobody paid any attention. It's my own fault for using PowerPoint.
Do not breathe those fumes in though, guys. Whew. Do not breathe them in. Next up, we're cutting a hole for the hummingbird. So when you drop the case, obviously you can't drop it right now because it doesn't have a hole to go into. So we're gonna drop it into the hole. I went ahead and I marked it out. I dropped it down, I marked out the corners. So this is about the right size. I went a little bit smaller so I can of course trim it up a little bit. So that's the next thing. Let's cut it out. Well, you guys can see we have a hole for a hummingbird. It shuts all nice and neat, all and tight, holds on. Pop her open. Boom. There we go. Next up, transducer. So we're gonna throw the transducer up right here, and then we're gonna get wiring, and whoo, we're getting close. Let's keep going. Transducer is built. I like to put some tape around it just to make sure that she doesn't move too easy. Here's our brand new transducer. Oh, ASMR. Oh yeah, beautiful. So I went ahead and I traced out both of these right here and here. You're gonna want to leave some room so you can run your cable this way. But anyways, there's that. We're gonna cut this out. We're gonna cut this deeper into the second layer, but this one only into the first layer of foam. And that is going to be it. I'll catch you guys when that's done. Obviously, I got this all cut in. Transducer is only 1 layer level, and this one is 2 layer levels. Now, the top one's bigger than the small one. Boom. That's awesome. Cord runs from there into the hole. Obviously it goes through there, and then it comes out right behind the hummingbird. The next thing, and the very, very last thing it looks like, is going to be our power supply. So we're gonna run our cord from here, through here, out our hole, and in to our battery. Let's do it quick. So here is our hummingbird power cable that came with our unit. This is exactly what we need. First of all, you guys can tell there's about 4 foot of cable here. We do not need 4 foot, but we are going to trim it up and splice it up. What we're going to do first though is we're going to pull down this foam, and we're going to figure out where we need to cut this nodule into this foam here. So we're going to go about the same. And it's looking like it's going to be right about there. So I'm going to take my knife and I'm going to cut out that little part there. This is going to be perfect here. Perfect. One side is done. And we're going to cut this side out, pull it out. Now that's going to push right into there, and that is awesome. So that's going to go right there, and now you guys can see how that's going to work. What I did forget to do is to pop it into the hole. So we obviously have our nodule in there, and we got our power cable, which we are going to fit right through my hole that I previously made. Oops. Boom. And just like that, we are in business. So if we do this, and we do this, yeah. Ho 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 ho, perfect. So now we've fitted our power cable through here. We are going to, I made an incision right here. We are going to put some extra cable just in case we ever needed it right in there. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to take a zip tie. I'm going to zip tie that loop at some point. But we're going to shove a little bit in there. And then we're going to mark it off right about where we need to splice it. It's right there. Perfect. Let me get to splicing and we'll get some ends on there and then we're going to connect them up and we should be done. See, it's all set up. We're reading 7.9 feet and you guys can see my dial is all clear. That is a good sign that we did good. Oh, I can't wait to use this season, guys. I'm happy to announce that is one amazing build and hopefully you guys enjoyed it too. If you guys did, definitely like this video and throw down a comment. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. A lot of you guys aren't subscribed and I'd love to see some more subscriptions in there. Anyways, you guys know how to send it off. Remember guys, to send it and fish on. Let's go.